That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
We'll be right back after these messages. Well, folks, the beauty of having more than one mobile device is that I can actually show you what's on the mobile device, on at least one of them. Look here what I found. Drunken Peasants, a hate channel, a channel that literally derives its pleasure from harassing and mocking and ridiculing other people, is featured by fucking YouTube. Literally featured by YouTube. Drunken Peasants, the number 2 on the left there, starting at the left. Actually featured by YouTube. You know, I'm sure Brett Keane and G-Man and all these people, why are these trolls never getting, their channels never get taken down? YouTube's featuring them. YouTube is literally featuring troll channels, hater channels, channels that literally violate their terms of service. I mean, there it is. You can see it for yourself. Drunken Peasants, a channel that gets its jollies off of mocking and ridiculing other people on YouTube. And they're featured by fucking YouTube. Okay, a channel that literally violates their community guidelines in terms of service is featured by their service. And that's why you can never get them took down. And that's also why anything YouTube says is a fucking joke. Anybody that thinks what YouTube says takes YouTube seriously anymore after seeing this, you need your head examined. Because I've just shown you that YouTube don't give a shit about their terms of service or community guidelines, or they wouldn't be featuring channels that make a mockery of others and harass others. Okay, that's just not what you fucking do, guys. Okay, you just don't do that. But let me show you my my fucking desk here, just so you know it's me. This ain't somebody else. This ain't some kind of gag. You're seeing a hater channel being featured by YouTube. Okay, for real. All right, so anybody that takes YouTube seriously after this point, you need your head examined. All right, this right here shows you why the trolls and haters are so brave about doing what they do, because they know YouTube won't do shit. YouTube is not going to do shit to them. These hater channels dedicated to hating on people on YouTube. YouTube ain't going to do nothing to them. They're fucking featuring them. They're fucking featuring them. But I wanted to show this. I just wanted to show the absolute hypocrisy put forth by YouTube and document it so that ain't nobody can come, oh, well, that never happened. Yeah, well, there it is, right, live on video for everybody to see, folks. So, yeah, no doubt about it. There it is in, I was going to say there it is in black and white, but there it is in color. What am I saying? I'm thinking of the old newspaper days. Anyway, but yeah, there it is, man. Actually featured on a mobile device by YouTube themselves, a channel that violates their terms of service and community guidelines, being featured by them. All right. So anything they say at this point is a joke. Anything they say at this point is suspect, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right. That's going to do it. Bye-bye.
I wonder if Vonhelton realizes that that timeline feed, those suggestions are based off his user history. I mean, if you notice, like the Elder Scrolls, rock music, live, ancient history, you know, Fox News. So, yeah, I don't think he gets that. But hey, Von's a moron. How you all doing? Thank you for coming over to the dark side. Yes, we're over here on the backup channel, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of butthurt going around, a lot of crying, a lot of poopy diapers still. What's up with that? What's with these guys in the diapers? That was the theme of last week's hangout, or live stream. I still use the word hangout. But, yeah, there's someone got butthurt. Some butthurt baby actually filed a claim against the live stream because I used a clip of them. So we're working that out in the background. I'm going to obviously counter it. We'll see how that goes. I mean, YouTube might tell me just to suck a dick, so I don't know. But let's see. I'm just going to share who's coming through here. Someone say the mic is off. Let's see. Sometimes this flips over to my laptop mic. So, oh, that's why it sounds like shit. Just a sec. You ever notice that? Let me know.
Okay. All right. I think we're good now. I think we were good. Yeah, sorry about the beginning there, folks. I was actually trying a different browser. Things seem to be running smoother through another browser. And actually, I like some of the features that had with StreamYard on it, how you were able to select things, but you can't select audio to play it. You know, you can show screen share device, but it won't play the audio. I got to figure that out. So I had to jump back over to Google Chrome. And that's where we're at. So we're here again. But yeah, some butthurt little baby, this emo crying wolf, because he played his video about those motherfuckers, they took that diaper video. Yeah, I put it out there. Yeah, I put it out there about the fucking diapers. And then these motherfuckers, they took a 5-watt video and they paid it 50,000 fucking watts with the linear, with the fucking troll linear. Yeah, that fucking guy. So I play that video. The motherfucker gets butthurt. And that's where we're at. We'll see what YouTube has to say, but regardless, it's probably going to be at least a couple, a week or two. So I have a plan in action, folks. This is what I'm kind of thinking. Even though my live stream is temporarily limited over on the Secular Opinion channel, I can still upload videos and use Premiere. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm still going to do the Weirdo Wonderland thing on Wednesday nights, but I'm going to have to pre-record it and air it as a premiere. And it'll still be like a live event, and I'll still be there in the chat and everything live. But I might just pre-record it, which means it'll be a little more focused and condensed. It'll be worth coming out and watching still. But I mean, it'll probably be like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I'm going to come over here, because when we're over here, we're in the old days. And the old days were the Dragon's Den. So if you've been around for a while, we used to have the Hangouts, the Dragon Den. And so that's when shit's getting real and we start plotting our schemes and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm probably going to do is I'll do live streams over here, and I'll premiere the Weirdo Wonderland once a week over on the Secular Opinion until things get straightened out. And it's kind of the best of both worlds, because in the old days with Dragon's Den, it was more focused on group roundtable-ish kind of stuff. So I think that's what it'll probably be more like. Now, tonight we are following the format that we've all grown to love of the Weirdo Wonderland, so don't worry about that. I got some good stuff. But in the future, Dragon's Den will have some of that, but it'll be more throwing a link out. And in fact, I think towards the end of this, when we get into some of the Vonhelton stuff, I'll throw a link out there. And if anybody wants to come in, you are free to do that. And that's how we're going to kind of roll. So that's what I'm thinking right now anyways. As far as fucking any diaper wearing, dick eating freaks, we'll get to them in a little bit. We have the plight of Eduardo. We'll talk about that as well. So we got lots of good news coming up. But listen, I don't want to waste time babbling. I'm going to get right into it. I don't know where you've been, but the weather has been absolutely gorgeous. It's been hotter than the motherfucker, but it's been gorgeous here. So got a little Wayne today. That motherfucker, those motherfuckers. Yeah, I put it out there. I wear diapers. So fucking what? Anybody wants to come on and shit talk that fucking asshole, you're allowed to too. We'll get into that. But first things first here, darlings. There we got a nice clear picture. We got a little hiney lined up. Now, in full transparency, I have to admit, I kind of cheated on you guys a little bit. It was such a beautiful day, earlier at least. I cheated, and I had a Heineken earlier. And you know what? I forgot my motherfucking, those motherfuckers, they hid my fucking bottle opener. Just a sec. I gotta go change my diaper. Those motherfuckers. I'll tell you something. Those fucking motherfuckers, they took a 5-watt video, and the trolls are like a fucking linear. They're like a fucking linear, them motherfuckers. They put that, yeah, I put it out there. All right. All right. Let's get this party started. Nectar of the gods. Folks, I've said before, it's almost like, you know, a theme comes together. Last week, we're going to carry over the theme of last week, which was diapers. That's definitely going to be a strong theme tonight, is diapers. But I think another theme is about the importance of playing the long game. We're going to take a look at that. But anyways, yeah, never trust a man who makes videos who has a rubber dick over his shoulder. Again, we'll be getting into all that. Listen, folks, glad you can make it. The best is yet to come. Let's get into it.
Can you remember my name as I flow through your light? 1,000 oceans I have flown, oh, and cold spirits of ice. All my life, I am the echo of your past. I am returning, the echo of a point in time. A distant face it shines. 1,000 warriors I have known, oh, and laugh as the spirits appear.
It's nice that he took the time to close the fuck, I can't even talk, man. This is just fucking ridiculous. This whole fucking thing's madness. Like, but why not? Why not just close the fucking door, you know, and hide the shit? It is a curse. Oh my goodness. Oh, but we're all enduring it. We should get fucking the two shitty pants to do a duet together. Perfect strangers.
Oh, your life. Shadows of another day. And if you hear me talking on the wind, you got to understand we must remain perfect strangers.
vape break.
I know I must remain inside this well of silent sorrow. And I fucked that up, that's okay. Hey, we're just having fun. I'll fix it up. A strand of silver hanging through the sky, touching more than you see. The voice of ages in your mind. Oh, it's age at the dead of your life. Precious life, your tears are lost in falling rain. And if you hear me talking on the wind, you must understand we must remain perfect strangers.
Perfect strangers.
I wonder if I should just leave it in. Robert Plant says just leave it in. So maybe I should. Just leave it in. You ever heard that? Yeah, Robert Plant says that. He says, oh, just leave it in. That's some trivia for you. Those of you that like trivia. Trivia! Y'all don't know what trivia even is, do you? Even know what trivia is? Can you tell me what laughter is? Do you hear laughter? What song is that from, guys? Little trivia for you while you're listening to karaoke. I hope you got this taste. I don't want to do this shit. One time is enough, right, guys? Yes. One time is enough. But hey, we're having fun, right? That's the plan.
It actually would have been kind of epic if he had done like a Hitler-esque kind of speech about the destruction of the trolls and haters on the outro of the song. Would have been. Don't you folks go anywhere. The best is yet to come. Oh, the party ain't stopping yet. Here we go. Getting real.
Right here. For reals, though. It don't stop. Won't stop with the things. Yeah, now, straight up, though. Now, fuck boys, they don't want none. This is the pocket with the things. Yeah, now, for reals, though. Give the fans some shadow boxing with the things. Yeah, now, for reals, though. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, though. Yeah, now, I kill the world of fuck boys with the things. You know what I'm saying? For reals, though. Loving the fans with the things. Yeah, no, straight up though, as I do what I does with the things. Yeah, no, for reals though. You know what I'm saying? As I don't stop, won't stop with the things. You know, hands so explosive in every angle with the things. Yeah, no. For reals though, as I do what I does with the things, you know, come on chumps, y'all don't want none with the things, you know, for reals though, you know what I'm saying, I kill the world of fuck boys with the things, you know, for reals though, loving the fans with the things, you know, for reals though, you know what I'm saying, making it easy work within being a beast, I be with the things, you know, for reals though, as I don't stop, won't stop with the things, you know what I'm saying? Come on, trumps, y'all don't want none with the things, you know what I'm saying? Straight up though, ready for me to catch y'all on your mistakes with the things, huh? Y'all don't want none with them things, straight up though, as I do what I does with them things, you know what I'm saying? For reals though, loving all the things with them things, you know what I'm saying? For reals though, as it don't stop, won't stop with them things, you know what I'm saying?
So I've watched a few videos now of this guy. Has anybody actually figured out what the hell he's talking about? Except for know what I'm saying? I don't.
Reels though, hands so explosive in every angle with them things. Straight up though, killing y'all fuck boys with them things, for reals though. Loving all the fans with them things. You know what I'm saying? Now the fuck boys is out with them things, for reals though. Yeah, God bless the fans. It don't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? For reals though. Take the looks to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Give me some reality deal. The fuck boys, they don't want none with them things. I put my whole hips into it, knocking them out with them things. Like it ain't no thing with them things. God bless the fans.
All right, I got no idea what it is. I don't know. I think he's a future diaper wearer, though. I think definitely we're. Yeah, okay. Know what I'm saying? Keeping it real, though, for the fans. Yeah, he's got a Helton nose going. Maybe he's the long-lost Helton. I don't really know. I haven't done that much research on it here, folks. Thanks again for everybody joining tonight over here. An old school Dragon's Den. We're going to open it up here soon. I'll throw a link out if anybody wants to come in and chew the fat. Chew the fat about them motherfuckers. Oh, I'm going to ride that motherfucker. I'm going to make him a fucking Lowe's cow like he never been fucking teeth yanked before. Anyways, what's up? Just kind of keeping up with the chat here, reading through it, seeing who's all out there. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Oh, since we're on the topic, I'm going to bring it up. Well, I'm going to bring it up because other people brought it up. So just keep y'all in the loop here. Know what I'm saying? What do I got next? All right, we got to cover this. So some people were asking what's going on with Broke-Ass Computer Fund. I am happy to say, with the help of some people on the side, I think I've narrowed it down to a couple prospects I'm going to pull the trigger on here very soon. Let's take a look here what we got. So I want to share this with you, a screenshot from tonight just for full transparency because I want everyone to know what the hell's going on and all that good stuff. And thank you again for anybody that did chip in a few bucks. It was not necessary, but it is appreciated. Let's see if I can change this view. I trimmed it off. So as of this afternoon, we were looking at a total of $153.60. And you can see at the bottom there was a deposit May 28th of $100. I just threw that in. I'm, of course, going to be throwing more in. I'll be throwing more in this week. So I just want transparency. I'm just going to put the money I'm putting towards the computer into PayPal. I'm just going to keep it all in one spot so everyone can see what we got. So I'll be throwing more money in this week. And so as it sits, we're looking at $253 just so people know what's going on. And thank you again. Like I said, I think I got it down to a couple decent deals I'm looking at. And yeah, I should be into a new computer here in the next couple weeks. So just for people that wanted to care. That PayPal link, again, I think it's in the description. I think I put it there. It's PayPal me fucking / secular opinion. I don't know. It's down there. It's somewhere. If not, I'll throw it out there. But anyways, thank you to the people that were asking about it. So again, I just want everyone to know what's going on. It's, that's not going to buy fucking bread or anything like that. There we go. Thank you, Lusty. Thank you, Lusty. So a lot of butter going on out there. I see Nick Bravo has stepped up to the plate, and he is going to he is willing to take it to the limit and win the Lulz Cow Championship. So we almost have to wonder, is it a product of the Mandela effect? I'm probably not going custom built computer. Like realistically, I can't afford it. I just bought a car and stuff. I'm not throwing like $1,000 out on a fucking tower right now. I just can't do it. But I think I got something. I think we got something. Got something lined up. But yeah, what's going on out there is the Mandela effect. What if worlds collided out? All by beers. I saw them out there earlier. He's been doing some good work out there, and the future is frightening, folks. When lulz cows collide.
I was so mentally exhausted.
It's freaky.
Yesterday, I was so in a state of anxiety that I mismanaged an acting job and I lost out on $75.
All My Mirrors points out that this is actually a real video from a different timeline, folks. Only here on the Dragon's Den.
Was it worth it? No. No. 1,000 times no. Are any of you worth it? No. Because if any of you are going to get in the way of my dreams, if any of you are going to get into the way of me making a career for myself, not just some fucking job, but a career where I have credibility and respect. No, you're not.
It's hilarious because you'd swear he's reading a Vonhelton script. You would swear. Thank you, Lusty. There is All My Mirrors channel. Go subscribe. But yeah, it's uncanny. That's what I think is most unsettling about this. This is your future.
Worth it then. If you want to encourage me, if you want to support me, if you want to, help me with, giving me good ideas and being there for me in various ways, then yeah, you're worth it then. But not yesterday. Not dealing with people who have the desire to see me sleeping under a fucking bridge, who do everything they can to fuck with my real life. And then people who can't even pull themselves out of their own flawed thinking to understand. I mean, I'm not looking for pity. I'm looking for understanding. I'm looking for somebody to say, I see what you mean and I understand how you feel. I don't get any of that. Sure as hell not from fucking YouTube. There's a few exceptions and they know who they are, but you know what? I'm really fucking sick and tired of going to Hangouts and having my every fucking word and action recorded and then chopped up by people who are deliberately trying to make it so that I am socially ostracized. How the fuck am I supposed to get it done if nobody wants anything to do with me? If when somebody looks up my name and all they see is a bunch of fucking videos made by haters that say, oh, Nick is crazy, Nick is possessed, Nick is an alcoholic, Nick is a pedophile, Nick is a monster, Nick abuses animals, he hates women, he does this, he does that, he's a Nazi and a racist and blah, 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 blah. For 2 years, I have struggled with YouTube. Here in LA, I have begged friends, said, please help me focus on things other than YouTube. Nope. They like seeing me make an ass of myself. And then when I get hurt, they tell me it's a personal failure on my part.
All right, folks. I'm going to throw the link and we're going to talk about this motherfucker. This fucking crybaby. Right here. Just give me a quick sec here, folks. Who the fuck? How many videos? See, I got to get an expert in here because I don't really follow this loser. Get a link out first. But someone must have clued him in that he kept his rubber dick back over his shoulder because he made several videos with a fucking dildo out. His diaper wearing fucking. Here, get this out here. I need someone with some expertise on this fucking. This weetad. So the link is out there, folks. If you want to come in, get the spots while they're hot. We got some Vonhelton coming up. Got a little bit of the Shanny too. Just a touch of the Shan. Just to mix it up. Bring it all together. Yeah, what the hell's with that? I mean, it's a few videos too. He's got this fucking thing. The other video, it's fucking sideways. It's fucking sticking over to the side. Oh, Jesus. But you know what? I don't know the guy. I mean, I played a bit of his video. He got butthurt. He starts fucking crying. He fucking puts up a bit of a stink about it. And I get it. You know, I get it. So, but again, keeping with the theme tonight. Keeping with the theme about you gotta think big. You gotta look at the big picture. You can't short yourself, and don't be short-sighted. And I'm gonna help Emo Crying Wolf here out with a story that maybe he can relate to about a gentleman that was in the very same situation. And I'm not sure if the boys and girls out there, you've ever heard the plight of Eduardo. We'll call him Edward, his birth name, this individual. And he was in a very similar situation. So gather around, pull in close, kiddies. We're gonna have a little story time, a little morality lesson here. And I'm hoping that Justin Emo Crying Wolf gets a little something out of this. So once upon a time, there was this guy, Edward the Palm. He was having a great old time on social media. He was hanging out, doing streams, playing the tough guy, making videos. You know, he was one of these sovereign losers who still lived on, government assistance, didn't work, didn't have a job. So when he wasn't victim playing, he was basically playing the tough guy, making videos, talking about how cops should be shot and killed and that he hates the cops and that, parts of his where he lives, apparently, in Vermont, I guess they have a really big problem with low lives and, quote, N-words. Yes, he's not a big fan of the black people. And, and he wears diapers. He put it out there that he wears diapers. And so what? It was a fetish. He wore them when he didn't have to. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Yeah, he put it out there. So anyways, Edward, he put out there, and he didn't really give a fuck. He was standing his ground. And yeah, some people fucked with him. He had some internet trolls, and he had some problems, and he did a little back and forth. But really, for the most part, that's what kept him relevant, right? So he kind of liked it. But then he strayed off his path. And again, this is short-sighted. He wasn't looking at the big picture. He got carried away. And then he strayed off the path. And then he started to decide to fuck with someone that he didn't know really much about. He got a little butthurt because a clip was played. Very similar to a situation that's going on now. And that's all fine and good. But he didn't really realize, again, he was short-sighted. He didn't see the problem with, for example, being the tough guy, talking about wearing diapers, about wanting cops killed and how, there was just no good for nothing low-live N-words that lived in his neighborhoods. He also was bold enough, he just put his public information out there. All his contact information, his Facebooks, his family, his friends. He put that out there until he realized much later that maybe that wasn't such a good idea, especially if you're going to veer off and start messing with motherfuckers you don't know anything about. So what happened was phase one, these ruthless trolls got a hold of all his personal information, and they started by going to porn sites and putting up his diaper fetish videos. That was like phase one, under his real name, multiple accounts. And the fun is he gets to run around and try to flag down all these accounts, which he's going to try to do, right? That's what Edward did. But again, he'd put up with this stuff before. So Edward, he was still going to stick his ground, but then he didn't know that, it escalates, goes to phase two, because the longer the bullshit went on, the more personal information started getting attached to these accounts that were going up. till eventually it was contact information, emails, phone numbers. Then he starts getting calls. Then he starts realizing that he's getting put on dating sites. That gets embarrassing. But he was still going to hold his ground. But you know what, folks? Even the best of us, you got to leave yourself some wiggle room. You got to think ahead. You got to think big picture, because you never know what's going to happen. Something could come in and change the dynamic super quick. And this is when the story gets really interesting. Oh, that's going down good tonight. See, what happened was, there's certain things that could happen, certain eventualities that you just can't predict. Wild cards. And you know what? Edward's trolls screwed up. They made a big mistake. Yes, they did, boys and girls, and I hope you learn from this mistake. They made a big mistake because, you see, when they were pulling a phase 3 prank, after this had been going on for a while, and they were posting personal ads looking for fellow men with diaper fetishes in his local area on Craigslist, they accidentally put the wrong fucking phone number down. Yeah, can you believe they were in an absolute euphoric state of enjoying watching Edward run around the internet and rage out about his diaper videos, that they accidentally attached the numbers and contact information of the guy's family instead of him. So can you imagine now Eduardo's hearing from his family and friends that they're getting calls all hours of the night of adult men with diaper fetishes looking for Eduardo. And once he was able to actually step outside of that third person and take a look at it, Eduardo realized, I probably just shouldn't have fucked with the guy, and I probably should have just retracted that and just saved myself all that shit. Right? Moral of the story, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Justin, Emo Crying Wolf, I hope you learned something from this moral story. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Actually, more exact, I'm going to give you about 57 seconds. Folks, I'll be right back. It would be a shame, Justin, if you walked down that path and someone had did that to you. All right. So anyways, moving right along with our theme tonight of diapers. Now, admittedly, this isn't a great shot. Father Judgment, I think this is one of the ones he got. The other one's probably clearer. I should have probably grabbed that. But we have been noticing in the background of Vonhelton's videos that there's a pile of what appears to be adult diapers piling up. Now, keep in mind, he does not have kids right now. And as far as the court thing, we're going to touch on that in a sec. It's a lot of speculation right now, but all we know for sure is that there are no children in that trailer right now. Now, someone said maybe diapers, maybe towels, but they're not towels. If you get a clear shot of them, and again, I apologize here, folks, if you can't see these clearly. In a clear shot, you can tell they're not just flopped over towels. They all have the same oval shape, and they seem to have like a waistband around the top that's been stretched out. And some of them seem to be soiled on the inside, the best we can tell. Again, folks, we're going to check that out. But what is with that? And there's more every video. Golly. I don't know. What's with these guys in fucking diapers? do we got? Oh, yes. But Vaughn has been in fine form. He's been putting out a lot of content. He's lost 20 pounds. The kids aren't there. Ma's crazy, and he's siphoning off money like a fucking madman. This is a golden era for Vonhelton right now. The ending will be delicious, I'm sure. But here's a little bit of Vaughn just showing us how far he's come in just these short 3 months. Please watch in full screen. He's won the lottery 5 times, folks. Oh, the build-up. This is a great vid. This is a classic. Now, I'd just like to point out a couple things really quickly while watching this video here, folks. One, this is the same man who's too lazy to close the closet door behind him. Forget about actually cleaning the fucking mirror. I mean, my God. My God, where's the coffee maker? He used to always have a coffee maker back here on top of the toilet. I guess he's moved that out. It's seen better days. Now, listen, again, I want to make absolutely clear here, folks, that I'm not making fun of Vonhelton because he's short. I'm not a tall guy. But the fact that he's lied about it for you, this is a man who tried to convince us that he's 6 foot. And 5'11", 5'7", then back up to 5'7.5", and 5'10" was in there somewhere. But actually, let's just put this back a little bit. I want you to savor every moment of this video. He's wearing one of those women's tank tops that he picked up at Walmart a week ago. He got a multicolor pack. We've been watching him work through the rainbow, if you will. What is that on his toilet? Some kind of, I almost said cleaner, but it's not. He's got some fucking alcohol going on here. That's an empty Dixie cup dispenser. I think that's what it is. Haven't seen one of those in years. I bet that. When's the last time that thing saw a Dixie cup? Folks, come on, let's be real. Who's he trying to fool? But soak it up, ladies.
Want to, I suppose, meet your wife.
Look at the determination on his face.
In other words,
I think he just grunted there. I'm going to put it back. It's hard to hear because he couldn't turn the fucking TV off. He had to listen to Fox News. Probably got a pump on watching fucking Fox and Friends in the morning. Just why there's a little grunt. Listen.
In other words,
oh, there it was.
We're not reducing. What you're doing, I don't think.
He is sucking at it.
Is total reduction. But what would you say to a young student?
He's a fucking hobbit. Come on.
Open.
Now listen, people have been working hard over there at Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers. It was Cow Milker. He did this, put in the legwork on this. I want to share this with you people. We've done the math, folks. This is scientific stuff. I'm going to pull it up here so you can all see. We want to make sure we're backing ourselves up scientifically. Okay, folks. Now, we have the line of the horizon as a reference point. We've marked out also the vanishing point. Now, this is important because you got to understand Vonhelton is in the foreground. We have the toilet in the background. The average toilet height is about 80 centimeters or 31.5 inches. Folks, we're just hitting about belt buckle on the back of that toilet. So next time you step up to the toilet, you take a look at that. This is where we're at, okay? We got a pubic bone, this halfway point on the figure. We're looking at 31.5 inches, roughly, give or take. I'm still willing to do the give or take. You do the math, folks. We're coming up with 5 foot 3 inches, give or take. I'd give him a 5'4". Again, I'm not a super tall guy. I'm not bashing him. But this is the motherfucker who's trying to tell us that he's 5'11", 6'2". Sorry about your luck. But that's Vonhelton. That's fucking math. You can't argue the numbers. You cannot argue the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Vonhelton, 56 years old, face of a rotten apple, and the physique of a man that should have been dead of Mountain Dew years ago. All right, let's move ahead. Let's move it on into Shantytown. Shaytown. So we got, oh yeah. Now I took this video. I actually took this one from Snyder Handyman, aka Father Judgment. Oops, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be out there, but I think everybody knows. Now, Shanny is another one that's been putting out quite a few videos, and it's funny because we all know her attitudes towards race relations, putting it discreetly. But she seems to have taken a kind of a 180, of course, because it affords her the opportunity to become the victim in the video. Yeah, she's talking about the recent death that I'm sure everybody's aware of. We don't have to go into detail about the police officer, the knee in the back of the neck, all that stuff. Excuse me, pardon me. But of course, Shanny turned this into a series of videos where she gets to cry about how she relates to the black man because she too is a victim of the system. Now it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's 50 Shades of Shanny. We got a full range of emotion. That one was pretty well covered. And then there was actually, I'm going to put them into a trilogy. Okay. So the first one is still up. Drag did a video on it, Drag Not. So you can go over and check that out. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. And then there was the third video where she is just so distraught and pissed off. She has to take a break, and Rev actually has to finish the cast for her, right? But there was actually one in the middle. It was an afterthought to the first video. It was started out so, and I can't remember the rest of the title name. And it was another 9-minute diatribe about how she's the victim and fucking everybody's an asshole. And she's going to have to open the fucking next seal in the apocalypse and people are going to die, but y'all call it on yourself and God's on her side. Yada, yada, yada. I was going to do that one because it seemed like the untouched video. Honestly, I'm not sure if Drag covered that one or not, but it's gone. So I don't know if anybody's got that. Maybe we can look at it a different time. But yeah, unfortunately took that down. So I'm going to jump ahead to the third one. Again, this is from Schneider Handyman, his account. And this is when she was, someone had pointed out in the chat that she was trying to stir up drama. And she took exception to that. I think you're going to enjoy it. Let's watch it, folks, together. It's playing. Don't worry. It's playing. We're getting there.
I don't want any calls, damn it.
No, they're not going to have any motherfucking calls because I ain't.
So this is the typical. She's already worked her up to. This is the third video in, folks. So she's worked herself into a froth, a literal froth here. And this is where she's talking about how she ain't answering the door because the cops kill black people and she's pretty much a black person and she's a victim. And y'all can fucking suck her left tit, basically.
Answer the goddamn door if there is.
Yeah, we won't. So we won't answer the door.
You know, it's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
How they treat civilians. You're not innocent before proven guilty anymore.
No.
You're not. That doesn't exist in this country anymore. I don't think that even has ever existed.
I don't know.
You're always assumed guilty. You know? I'm not starting any fucking drama. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about what happened in my life. Fuck you. Bad shit has happened in my life. I take responsibility for everything I do. Everything I do. And I don't start drama with no one. They're constantly on my ass.
Yeah.
I just fucking respond to their fucking prick asses.
Yep.
There's a fucking difference.
Yep.
You don't say I start drama when your prick asses are constantly on my asses.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
I'm not starting drama.
Remember those fucking aliens on Sesame Street? Remember they used to fucking come in? Yep.
Drama. What the fuck? This isn't drama, you fucking idiot. This is me crying about fucking injustices in this country. Instead of thinking, oh, let's get one on her, why don't you pay attention and actually be an intelligent human being for once? Be a little intellectually honest and think to yourself, do you like what's going on in the police world? Do you like being treated that you're a criminal at all times, even though you're not? Do you like it? I know I don't. Because I'm not a fucking criminal. I follow the goddamn law.
No, no, you broke the law. That's why they were there. And you're actually lucky they didn't fucking six of them on you with tasers, man. Like, hello.
I just get into some really fucked up scenarios because I'm fucking sick. And they don't fucking understand it. They always think, oh, she's violent. No, I'm not. I'm sick. Not violent at all. I don't do violence. What I usually do is just cry and sit on my bed. I don't even have the strength to be violent. I can't.
Yes, she's comparing herself to what's going on with the violence, police killing blacks and the guy that just died. And she can relate because, one, she's not a racist. She'll just call you an N-word if you deserve it. And she, too, has been a victim in her life because the police wrongfully came to her house when her spouse called. When a 400-pound fucking wrecking ball of a woman is having a violent fit, apparently it's the police. They don't have the right to calm her down.
Do it. I can't even breathe. I can't even go to the bathroom without thinking I'm going to die of a heart attack. And this isn't drama. I'm just saying how I fucking feel, you assholes!
That's what we're working for.
God! You're so obsessed with this soap opera mentality. Get over yourselves!
All right. Stop.
You take over. I'm done.
Big J's putting his foot down.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't blame you for being
They're
done.
fucking assholes. Fucking prick fucking pieces of shit assholes. I'm trying to tell them to stop doing this shit, and they're saying I'm starting drama? Fuck you.
Well, for anybody that thinks, weird stuff that you're racist or whatever, because there are always new people, a new person just popped up. So all I can tell you is what I wrote in there is the absolute truth.
The reason that people come along and get this misconception that you're a racist is probably most likely because you say racist shit.
Living with Shannon for almost 3 years now, and she's never been a racist. It's the opposite. My comment is this. Hi, Jay Swayze. God bless. Shanny has never been racist. Quite the opposite. She's been treated by blacks better than her own. She's a sister to them. Put yourself in that position. That's the end of the story. That's if you listen to her story, which you gave, I think in one of your latest videos, you poured.
Has anybody actually compilated a dictionary of Shanny? I think someone should actually go through, someone who really knows the material. And who's this bit? And fucking compilate a fucking dictionary of Shannyisms, Shanny words. I think it would be very interesting. There's a few in the videos, the new ones, I guess. She was trying to, I don't know how she says them, but it was satisfactory, I think she was trying to say. I mean, we all trip on words. I do it all the time and say the wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to get that nitpicky, but she comes up with some pretty creative ones. And I mean, to say it once or twice, all right, but when you're saying it every time, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Your heart out.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people thought was beautiful, and I did too. You know what I mean? This is what it is, man. It's crazy. And people have no concept anymore of redemption, which is weird because I thought our country was coming more to the understanding amongst peoples. I thought that's where we were coming from. And
yeah, that's how, and talk about having your fucking head in the sand. I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I mean, this is the typical Trump guy. The way he's reading the fucking political landscape out there is that like people are coming together. I thought everyone was coming together. I didn't think it was coming more polarized. What? Huh? I thought we were like doing so good right now.
But he loves a good redemption story. But these people won't allow my wife to have a redemption story because of this massive displaced hatred. And that's the fact of the matter. That's what we're dealing with here. It's simple hate for hate's sake. And they found it funny to troll her over the years. We love you, Faith. But
oh, fucking Faith.
All I can tell you is that from the absolute truth here is that welcome Harper Adams, new to your live. Welcome. Here's the thing, okay? This woman has never done anything wrong in her life. She's always put on the defensive and then responds, and then she's made a demon for it. I've known her since 2012, which is the beginning of my YouTube journey pretty much. I had an account back in 2008, but I really started making videos after my mom passed because she didn't want me talking about conspiracy stuff and turned into Alex Jones, in her words. So
No wonder you tolerate me.
What do you mean?
I say the same thing to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we do welcome all newcomers, especially people that are not involved with those drama channels. We love people that are new because it's cool to see new peeps because usually they don't have preconceived notions. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. And Faith is a sweetheart. She's one of the best around here. Her name, if you look at it, F417H, because she's smart. It's Faith.
It's so clever. So I would Sokka, but unfortunately that's part of my technical difficulties. I think I would actually fucking blow my whole fucking house up if I tried on this laptop to actually open Discord, get the link, and play that live while streaming. I'll try. I'm not promising anything, though.
You know, she's the coolest. Faith is a great woman. So my point here, guys, is you don't know her. You don't know her. You know some kind of this weird facsimile of this weird internet personality. That's the Shanny for Christ. You know Shanny for Christ.
But that's what she portrays to people online. Like, it's one thing to go online and start calling people fucking... I'm just going to say it because we're all adults here. Fuck it. It's getting late. What time are we at? We're after midnight where I am. Okay, we're going to do it. Put your kids away. Cover people's ears. We're all adults. We're going to say it. She says the word nigger. She says it like it's fucking candy fucking going in her mouth. This is the way she drops that out of her mouth. Let's just be honest here, folks. If you're going to go online and start doing that shit, expect to get a little bit of fucking pushback. That's all I'm going to say. You can't cry. You don't know me. You don't know the real me.
I know Shanny. I'm not deleting for Christ because she doesn't believe in Christ. She's very much a believer. She's very connected to the Messiah and talks to him all the time. Okay?
He's all I have.
Well, no, that's not true.
It comes out. I know it's got to bug him when she says that shit. I know it's got to bug him when she says that shit. Especially the guy that took her for no real reason. There's no benefit. I mean, I guess there's kind of an upside from his point of view, kind of. I mean, he'd rationalize it that way, but I mean, we all know the situation here, folks.
I hate when you say shit like, I don't have anybody. You have your children and me. We will be there for you no matter.
Your side. Yeah. How can I? She's thinking right now, real quick. How can I spin this back on me being the victim? Oh, and she does. Watch.
What, Shannon? Always.
I don't know that.
Well,
I don't know that.
Everyone
oh my
leaves.
God. Well, I'm not getting.
Can you actually imagine living with this? Like, really? Can you imagine living with this?
I'm not getting into that.
Everyone
That's
leaves.
Why, Rev? You're loaded. Like like admittedly you got maybe some strikes against you, but the only way he's ever leaving, folks, is if we get this guy some new pussy. We gotta get him some better. It doesn't have to be much of an upgrade. But I know there's gotta be other gold diggers out there. All right, I'm looking at Discord. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know where you linked it, Saka. I'll take a look.
Yeah, that's something that you have to work out with your therapists. Because your sons are not leaving you and I am not leaving you. I would never leave you. If you leave me, that's a different thing. But I would never leave you, baby. Ever. Not for anything. Okay? You're my girl. You're my beautiful girl. And these people are nothing, man. They don't know your heart. And that's why they do these things, because it's just fun to them. Because they don't know your heart. Yeah, Justin, if you even knew, she's amazing. Shannon has a heart of gold. But what you see a lot is anger, because she's pushed to anger and then made to look like a demon. That's what has always been the case with Shannon. Always. Thank you, Invisible. I love her. I die. I'm going to adopt. I'm adopting her children.
He's made
mine. They're going to be mine. Yeah, just
he just announced it. Like he just made up his mind on that right now. Golly.
And you have no idea. She's awesome. So if I could give it back to you, I just, my statement's been made about this issue, that it's a simple ignorance. Thank you, Faith. I got your back too, Faith. You're awesome. And where's Mike Fall at?
Fucking welfare.
What? Just ended? Okay. Well,
I have too much of a mess right now.
you got a good man. He picked you. Oh, thank you, Invisible.
All right, so you guys get the idea here. All right, we're gonna see if we can get this one working. This is the one that yeah, I grabbed it, Saka. I found it. Keep your fingers crossed, folks. I think we could make this work. Give me a sec. It's running pretty slow here. It's too much. It's too much for it. All right. Wheels are turning. We got a contrast video coming up here. It's from Twitter. Let's see. We should be sharing. Should be sharing any minute. It says it's sharing, but I don't see it showing anything. Give it a moment, folks. Again, if you'd like to contribute to that computer fund. Oh, this is frustrating. See, this is why I can't have nice things. Rev is blinking SOS the whole time in that last video. Oh my goodness, I hope this is worth it. Okay, I think you guys can see it. I think this is as good as we're going to get. Let's go.
System to buy fucking lobster tails on your fucking EBT card. We're so oppressed. I had a filet mignon tonight with Tyrone on my EBT card. Oh, the blacks are so oppressed.
Ooh,
My God, honey, you
Are
went
you
too far on
fucking
that one.
kidding me?
ouch.
Let's go into the slavery thing, and only black people can be slaves. Let's not go look into the Irish slaves and how they actually were they were paid for 1 pence, while a black slave would be 7 pence.
Yeah,
You were worth more than the Irish slave.
that's right. How
So
about-
let's not go into that type of racism, because you have to be the
I always love these arguments. You know, fuck your suffering. You're someone else who suffered. So it's okay, right?
only fucking victim. Here's the thing. Your culture has a subculture of racism toward your own race.
Exactly.
And white people are just supposed to shut up and not talk about it because they're going to be considered racist. Even though we see racism in your own culture. I mean, you guys kill your own people all the time. You're number one at killing yourselves. But
Your own people.
yeah, you want to blame the white man, even though you're the ones who majority.
Look at him.
EBT card.
Look, I put it back there. Look at Rev. He's just loving it. I'm going to put it when she's on a roll here. Sorry about that. He's just loving it. Look at it.
Because
this is like a scene out of American History X.
Going to be considered racist, even though we see racism in your own culture. I mean, you guys kill your own people all the time. You're number one at killing yourselves, but yet you want to blame the white man, even though you're the ones who majority, if you want to speak about.
Look, he's loving it.
You know,
he's going to do her so good after this with that carrot dick.
All the history and like statistics and shit. Yeah. Statistically, you probably will kill each other off.
Yeah,
compared to the white person.
Yeah, fucking drug dealers, gang wars, the fucking Crips and Bloods. They kill each other more than we kill them. How many fucking black Hebrew Israelites say that this woman, if she was married to a black Hebrew Israelite, they could beat the fuck out of her and rape her if they want to? She says no to sex that night. Fuck that. Fuck, I'm going to blame my wife. And they say that they could beat their wives until they're almost dead because it's in the Bible. Where's your precepts?
Have I said the N-word before? Hell yeah, I have. Several times. I'm not ashamed of saying that word because I use the word the correct way.
Right.
If I call you a nigger, it means
the correct way.
Oh, we're so oppressed. Look at all the fucking money.
Keep hitting that. Sorry.
Dealers, gang wars, the fucking Crips and Bloods. They kill each other more than we kill them. How many fucking black Hebrew Israelites say that this woman, if she was married to a black Hebrew Israelite, they could beat the fuck out of her and rape her if they want to? She says no to sex that night. Fuck that. Fuck, I'm going to blame my wife. And they say that they could beat their wives until they're almost dead because it's in the Bible. Where's your precepts?
Have I said the N-word before? Hell yeah, I have. Several times. I'm not ashamed of saying that word because I use the word the correct way.
Right.
If I call you a nigger, it means.
Okay, so that's where we're at. So I want to thank Sock Account for that contrast. 50 Shades of Shanny, folks. Definitely not racist. Yeah. Here, let me switch this over. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, man. Come on, you lazy cow. I'm not talking about Shanny. Anyways, I guess I should just talk about something while I'm waiting for my computer to react. Wake up. Yeah, so that's Shanny, and you could not ask for more. Okay. So that was over on his Twitter, I believe. So I'll leave that to Sokka if he wants to put out a link to that stuff. And we're just waiting for the computer to catch up here. I've mentioned her ass wiping problem. I think it goes without saying. Now, I know she's brought it up in a recent video with the excuse that, she's damaged somehow. But I think even without any, if we give her the benefit of the doubt, that's fine. But I mean, even if we take away those problems, there's no way she's reaching the crack of her ass. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. I'm just, I know I'm kind of yanking the beard off Santa Claus here, folks. But I mean, we have to be honest with each other. Again, we're all adults. Let's be honest and frank. She's not reaching her ass. Defies the laws of physics. Yeah, I hear you, Andy. I hear you, folks. We're at the main attraction here. We're getting things rolling here. If I can just wait for this fucking. This fucking computer. Let me tell you. Look at this fucking bullshit. There we go. There we go. All right. So, folks, help me. I need your help. We got to count the diapers on the floor, those fucking diapers. You can see how many goddamn diapers. This is going back a bit. This is D-Day. This is where Vaughn is dressed up in his nice blouse. And in case you missed it. But it's D-Day. It's all coming. And the adult diaper pile in the background, that's building up pretty good too. So let's just sit back and enjoy this.
We'll be right back after these messages. Before
But right, I'm not fucking crazy. Those are fucking diapers. Those right there.
Before I begin, I have a public service announcement to give to my trolls and haters.
Sorry, folks. I don't know if I'm muted or not muted, so I'm just going to.
Congratulations, you have won a Mega Millions prize for the 2020 522 drawing. Your prize of blank was deposited to your blank on 2020 523. Please log into your blank to view your winning transactions. Way to go. How's them curses on my finances coming again, guys? Huh? I can't, slit your wrists a little more, invoke a few more demons, because I don't think it's working too good. Oh, just, try harder or something. I don't know what to tell you. My gods that I serve are making a mockery of you. Oh, I think I'm going to make a Vonhelton hate video. Can't get the audio to work. Go make a Vonhelton hate video. Still can't get the audio to work. Go make a Vonhelton hate video. Still can't get the fucking audio to work. Maybe somebody ought to get a clue. Maybe somebody ought to get a clue that the gods I serve are the real fucking deal. And that this isn't a game or a joke. Maybe. You reckon? Now, of course, once again, I
kicking me out of StreamYard every 20 minutes. Fuck. I knew that was going to kill it. It was going to kill it. Oh, well, we're back. Hopefully, we'll see how long we got till the next breakdown. No, folks, I've learned in life you just got to enjoy the moments we have together.
Little chat, because as you can see, I'm wearing a very nice shirt.
Oh, just to catch you all up in case you forgot there when I dropped out. Vonhelton's a piece of shit. He's claiming he won a bunch of money again, but he's not going to spend it on his kids or give his mom some money because fuck them. And he's reinvesting it back into the lottery. And now he's talking about why he's wearing a clean shirt while there's a pile of man diapers behind him on the floor, which he just ignores.
Wearing my slacks, so obviously we got some things to talk about, don't we? Yeah, we do. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll be right back after these messages.
Skip a shitty fucking intro.
Doesn't surprise me a bit. Dwight D. Eisenhower, President of the United States, fully briefed on this shit. So it doesn't surprise me in the least, okay? So I'm not freaking out, I'm not losing my shit. Everybody, oh my God, aliens.
Oh, by the way, he has put out an I Am Right 53 a little while ago. I was going to cover that tonight, but it's basically pretty easily debunked. It's like a big ramble video, how he come up with the idea of nuclear fusion, even though they achieved it in like the 50s. But anyways.
Aliens, and they ain't talking about Juan Valdez coming across the border either, but I mean, so I'm not, do you see me freaking? No. We've known about this since the 40s at least, maybe even before then, you never know. So, and now, ladies and gentlemen, now we've got, just recently, apparently, at least if I understand correctly, we found some documents from the Gnostics that the Romans didn't destroy. And it's like, uh-oh.
Do you guys really realize, though, the metal levels that are going on here? This speaks so much just about Vonhelton's life. The pile of man diapers, literally feet from the bathroom door. As he sits there in a dress shirt, making YouTube videos, showing the world his shame. It's just, golly.
What do they got to say? Well, they got plenty to say.
He's not wearing pants right now.
And as these documents are disseminated to the public, it's a bad day for monotheism. Sorry. Now, Judaism might get a pass because Judaism can fall back to their pre-monotheistic belief structure and that, the Kabbalah and all that. So they can fall. The Jews can fall back to that shit. They're good to go. But as far as Christianity and Islam, the Gnostic documents that we were able to uncover do not paint a good picture for Christianity and Islam at all. In fact, it pretty much shows that they're complete and utter shams.
In case you missed it, over my Secular Opinion channel too, I do have the video where the rift between G-Man and Vonhelton, they had a little tiff, a little bromance breakdown, if you will. So you can go check that out on my Secular Opinion channel. That happened the same night as the shirt. That's all I'm saying.
And I told you, remember I told you in a video, I almost need to do this as an I Was Right video. I told you, if you remember, that documentation will be found that exposes monotheism as a complete and utter fucking lie. I told you that we would find documentation. And you know what? Like I said, I was perusing the net. And boom, it drops right in my lap. The Gnostic Gospels and the fact that we found documents that Rome wasn't able to destroy. I think they even found a few skeletons where they were hiding with the documents to make sure nobody got them. And I'd have to double check on that though. That's me talking. But the point is, folks, is that it paints a very different picture than what you may have been led to believe. And as that information is disseminated to the public, it's a bad day to be a monotheist. It just is. And that's and again, am I doing this to be a dick? Am I doing this to browbeat Christianity? Am I doing this to, harp on Christians? No, but the truth will out. Okay, that's a very old saying. The truth will out, and in other words, the truth is going to come out, and it's going to be disseminated to the public to the point where that there will be no question. All right, there will be no question what's right and what's wrong, and obviously, monotheism is clearly wrong. And now that we are armed with these Gnostic Gospels, wow, Christianity, like I said, Christianity and Islam is going to be on the ropes. And people are going to have to rethink and reevaluate their situation, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, they are. And Rome, got to give Rome credit, man. I mean, they busted their ass trying to destroy every one of these documents, and, well, they failed. We were able to get our hands on some. There was some that was secured away, and we were able to get a hold of them. And like I said, these documents paint a very different picture than what you as a traditional Christian or you as a traditional Muslim are led to believe. And like I said, the Jews can fall back to their old Kabbalah days and shit, where they were pagans. They're good to go. They don't have to do hardly anything. They just, we're back to where we was, and it's a done deal for them. But yeah, man, not looking good for monotheism, guys.
But I just gotta, it just, sorry to digress, but it just begs a question. I mean, but right by the door, you couldn't pick up the man diapers, especially making a video. But put the video aside, and it's been pointed out, doesn't have the kids, so he's not looking after kids. It's not their mess. And you look behind, there's like a trail of just stuff left on the floor. And hey, I get it. I get it. You come home from a long day, a long, hard day at work, the Delta sun beating down like a hammer and all that kind of stuff. You walk in, the first thing you do, you're not even worried about where the clothes land. You're just going to peel it off and drop it. And you just drop that diaper wherever it falls, and you get yourself something to eat. And you work so hard, you might have just fell asleep right at the table. That's how bad it is. But even then, there comes a time where you pick the shit up, right? But this motherfucker, first of all, wouldn't know a long day's fucking work from a fucking, I don't even know an expression that would suit it. He does nothing. He does absolutely nothing. He can't, again, like Emo Crying Wolf, he cannot make it from that fucking computer chair to his motherfucking bathroom, but he can make it just feet away to drop his fucking dirty diapers on the floor in a pile. Like, you train dogs better than this. Like, this is, I'm sorry.
Just like I told you. I told you. There's going to be evidence brought forward. It's going to totally decimate monotheism. Monotheism is going to be exposed as a lie. And we're all going to revert back to the old ways, according to the Hopi Indian prophecy. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Because as more and more young people find out about these old documents that, and then they find out that Rome tried to hide these documents. That's the key thing. And it's not just the fact that these documents spoke highly of reincarnation, although that's one big thing. And if you recall, I told you about that too. Remember, I said in about 5, 6, 7 videos back, I said you watch that reincarnation will be a big key factor in this thing, because reincarnation is true, folks. Remember the young boy.
Well, there's a big jump from this is not new information, folks. I know I don't have to, I know you know this, but it's just worth stating. No, just hang on a sec here. Give me a sec. Blow the dust off the Quran here for a sec, but now, Vonhelton always talks like he's the one that come up with these fucking grand ideas. Just like nuclear fusion, he is sorely mistaken. But for those of you who may be interested in actually pursuing this a little further, I would actually recommend this book called The Origins of Biblical Monotheism, Israel's Polytheistic Background and the Ugarit Text by Mark S. Smith. This is a very acclaimed book, even in the academic world. I mean, the last half of the book is all just footnotes. Actually, that's, cited information. Let's cite it so you can follow up on it. It's a great book. That is actually worth a read. Listening to the inane ramblings of Vonhelton online, that's entertainment. There's no way you're ever going to be taken as any kind of intellectual fucking anything when you're trying to talk about this shit with a pile of dirty man diapers behind you. Just saying. Golly.
World War II pilot, and he was able to, and they literally took him into the VFW hall, and he was saying, well, that's my buddy over there, and that guy's wife had an affair with him, and that guy bought a expensive painting for his wife. He was able to tell everybody every minute detail of their history and their past and their family life and everything. Okay? Totally blew the minds out of all these people. All right? So reincarnation is legit. It is. It's legit. And that little boy proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And so, why would Rome hide the idea of reincarnation? Because if you knew you were going to be reincarnated and come back again, Rome has no power over you, right? Because the whole thing about Rome is you're going to burn in hell. You're going to die and burn if you don't give us your money and if you don't kowtow to our rules and regulations. Well, unfortunately, the Gnostic Gospels tell a much different tale. And, I will obviously, as more information comes to light and as everything gets put out there, I'm going to disseminate that to you. That's what I do. And so as I gather everything together and, I'll get it out to you. But yeah, it isn't just the reincarnation thing. It's a lot more involved in that. But that's part of it. Because, if you found out that reincarnation was legit, well, you'd be like, well, fuck off, dude. I don't need you. Right? Yeah. If you don't have to worry about burning in hell for all eternity, you're not going to listen to these clowns. Right? Yeah. So, in fact, I was in Brett's Hangout just last night, and that was one of the things that John brought up was the fact that the concept of hell isn't really in Judaism that much, and that the Torah and that is for the Jewish people, not necessarily for us. We have our own writings, our own beliefs, our own things to propel us in a certain direction. Anyways, but yeah, it is these Gnostic writings that have been found, just like when they found the Canaanite writings, what did I do? I come to you and I told you, made a video.
He keeps talking about these Gnostic writings. Sorry, I'm not sure if I was unmuted or not, but he keeps talking about these Gnostic writings like they just discovered them last week. Like, is he talking about some new discovery that no one else is aware of? Because this is not new news. This is, anyways.
And we've since then.
If anybody knows some good timestamps on this thing, we can skim through, because I'm not sitting through an hour of this of him just fucking talking bullshit out of his ass.
Found Hittite.
I mean, it's all bullshit out of his ass, but I'm just saying.
We found. What was some of the other ones? I can't recall. Anyway, and now we found some Gnostic writings that Rome apparently missed. Because the idea was that Rome was going around slaughtering all the Gnostics and destroying their documentation. Well, it turns out Rome missed some. And that's to our benefit, because now we get to find out the rest of the story, to quote Paul Harvey. We get to find out the rest of the story. And we shall. Because as I understand it, as I get it, as I disseminate it, I'm going to get it out to you, and then you will understand it, and then you will know the truth. And then the truth really will set you free. Maybe not quite in the way you think, but it really will set you free. So
let me just give my brain a little jolt the Mountain Dew.
Now,
wonder whatever happened to the Reese's peanut butter cups, though. He kind of went fickle on that. He doesn't show that anymore. That was a big thing. I did a video. If you guys remember, I did the video where I did I ate all those peanut butter cups and downed it with Mountain Dew. It was the most ignorant combination of flavors in my life. I'm like, why does he do this to himself? Anyways.
Some of you, that was in Brett's hangout last night and G-Man's hangout last night. Bon is wearing a nice shirt. Bon is wearing his slacks, his
best diaper,
dress pants. You know, he's all dolled up. What was going on? Well, I went to court. And my lawyer was sick, unfortunately, and so we had to reschedule. But
now there's been a lot of speculation. I see a lot of people this and that and the other thing. I just want to put my 2 cents in, okay? Now, one of the things you always have to remember is the only version of the story we're really getting is Von's side, and he's a fucking chronic liar. So who the fuck knows what the truth actually is, right? But in there's a nugget of truth. So Vonhelton would not dress up at all unless he absolutely had to. So I do believe that he was intending to go to court that day. Now, he says that his lawyer was sick, and it was brought up. Well, if he had a lawyer, why would the lawyer wait till he got all dressed up and went to the courthouse? Why wouldn't he just contact him? Well, typically you would, but see, I don't think Von has a quote-unquote lawyer. I think he has like a public defendant or like legal aid or whatever they call it in Manchester, right? I think that he just went down the courthouse and whoever the fucking justice was or, whoever the fucking legal aid attendant that was looking after his case, whatever, all the H's and K's or whatever, excuse me, was sick and he turned around and went home. So pardon me. But that, to me, seems like a much more logical explanation on that part of it, right? I think in that part of it, the lie is he has a lawyer. Now, he may have scraped together some money for the other case that he's pursuing for power of attorney, if that's even legal, or I'm sorry, if that's even true at all. We're assuming it is. And people might want to, I've seen the name of his old lawyer brought up. Well, that was when Ma paid for a divorce lawyer. So I think he's trying to conflate it and try to make it sound like he's still got a lawyer on retainer and da. But if you ask me, I don't think he has a lawyer because this was for the kids. I think it was just like legal aid, the person. He went to the courthouse and showed up. Now, the next thing is people were speculating because he was still in his dress clothes like the next day or two later, which was kind of weird. Now, I would argue that the man sleeps in his clothes. We know this for a fact, so I don't put anything past him. He has a mountain of diapers behind him, remember, folks, so this is what we're dealing with. And people were saying that that's when the court date was changed to, and he said something about he went to court, but I think it got conflated with this, because as far as I know, does court happen on Saturdays often? I mean, around here, I don't think. That's not unusual in bigger cities. Like I see like New York Night Court or something like that. But I mean, in Manchester, Kentucky, do they actually conduct court sessions on a Saturday? Now, the original date, I believe, was I think it fell on a Thursday or something. So maybe it was Friday. I don't know. I saw a lot of speculation going around where people were talking about he had court on Saturday and he had I don't know. To me, I just think I think it's that simple. I think that it was supposed to be Thursday. He went down. The public aid fucking that they appoint him wasn't there that day. That's why he didn't get a special phone call or anything. Turned around, went home, didn't change his clothes. And all any of us really know is he doesn't have the kids back. So, and there's a pile of fucking diapers behind him. Fuck, man. That just gets me.
It's going to be very interesting, I think, because this time my children are preteen. They are almost teenagers. My eldest will be 10 this June, as in just a few weeks. My eldest will be 10 years old, pre-teenager. Teenagers start at 13. All right, harkening back to the Jewish bar mitzvah stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, so, but yeah, she's going to be she's just a few years shy of a teenager, and preteen, I call it, and so they're going to testify in court, and there's going to be a whole lot of raised eyebrows, I suspect, and they ain't going to be raised eyebrows at me. So for those of you out there that might be on the fence as to my proclivities and that, just hang in there, because I will be once again fully exonerated. There is no doubt of that. And the kids' testimony will obviously solidify that. And so I'm looking forward to that, because there's an awful lot of people out there that have said for 10 years or more that I'm just, I'm the embodiment of evil, that I'm wicked, I'm horrible, that I abuse my mother, that I abuse my kids. And when the kids testify that none of that has occurred, and in fact, quite the opposite, that I'm actually too lenient on my children and not stringent enough on them, well, then everybody, every troll and hater that's out there saying that shit, it's just going to fall flat, isn't it? That's right. That's right. And their testimony can be used in other court cases. Once it's documented, it can be used in other court cases to prove that point. Because there's a lot of haters. I have a lot of haters out there who are saying that I'm abusive to my mother and I'm abusive to my kids and that I was abusive to my wife. Like I said, I took my wife up to Lexington. They put that machine over to see if there were bruises under the skin. Wasn't no bruises at all. So they lied about that, But this is what haters do, right? They lie. They can't tell the truth, because if they tell the truth, their whole deck of cards falls flat. Their whole house of cards falls flat. So they got to lie in order to perpetuate their hate. In any event, though, once the kids testify, that's going to be a major change. And in fact, I can use the kids' testimony to go after these people on the internet once I take care of the local yokels here. And they will be dealt with. All the locals here will be dealt with. Okay, it's going to happen. Just like I said it was going to happen. They're all going to be dealt with first. Then once I get the locals took care of, then look out, internet trolls, because you're next. Because I'm coming after you, man. I'm coming after you. I'll never stand in front of a judge. Right, Annabelle P. Right, George Bush pimps. Right, Police Customs. Right, Secular Opinion. I'll never stand. I live in Canada. You can't touch me. Really, Secular? Yeah, well, we're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out, aren't we? You fat son of a bitch. We're going to find out. Because I can, and I will. And they don't have attorneys in Canada and in the UK. They have what's called barristers, and Annabelle is correct in saying that they're kind of on the expensive side. But hell, so is American lawyers. They're kind of on the expensive side too. But see, here's the thing: when you've got people that are breaking the law, it's not going to be very difficult to get an attorney, particularly if that attorney believes that they stand to gain quite handsomely from it. So, but we're going to find out, aren't we, guys? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to find out just exactly what's going on. And as you can see, the gods are with me. They're giving me a little bit of money every now and then to keep me going until I hit the big money. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And, because another thing is, well, if we take away his mommy's money, which is what Jim Frost did, and if we take away his boy's money, which is what CPS has done, well, then he'll be pauper. He'll be left with nothing. Well, apparently the gods have other designs, don't they? Yeah, they do. let's see, this is what, about the fourth or fifth time now that I've hit the lottery. You know, types and shadows, okay? A foreshadowing, a premonition of things to come. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know, but you keep on believing that you're going to leave me destitute, which is exactly what they're doing. You know, oh, it's for the children. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They don't give a fuck about these kids. They don't give a fuck about these kids. It isn't about the kids. It's about getting me in trouble. It's about leaving me financially destitute. It's about destroying my family and destroying my marriage and getting my kids taken away from me. It's all about hurting me, okay? And they can't hurt me directly. So what do?
Just to answer the chat, yes, apparently he's won the lottery. He's hit the lottery, 4 or 5 times now. And his mother also has $2.5 million in the closet, which turned into like $6 million. I don't know. He's got like 50 or 60 pounds of fucking money in her closet, apparently.
They go after my wife and kids. They go after my finances. They go after whatever they can go after. Okay, but as I've told you, I believe in the threefold law, and you're going to see how this is all going to turn around and go right back to the very people that started it, and it's going to leave them destitute. It's going to leave them bereft of everything. And some of these haters of mine that have little children, you're going to lose your kids. They're going to be gone. Okay? CPS is going to take them away, or the gods themselves may take them away. I don't know. That's none of my business. But I know that you can't sit there and build up 10 years of karma and not expect a return on that, right? It doesn't work that way, guys. You can't sit there and build up all this hate and then not expect something to happen, okay? It's like getting out in a thunderstorm with a golf club in your hand and holding the damn golf club up high in the sky during a thunderstorm. Okay, obviously you're bucking for trouble, aren't you? Of course you are. Okay, and see, that's what you've done. You build up 10 years of hate for a guy you don't even know, and for a guy that's never done anything to you. Because I assure you, especially those of you in the United Kingdom and those of you in Canada, the first thing out of that judge's mouth is going to be, well, what has Mr. Vonhelton done to you that you would harass his family for 10 years?
And my answer to that would be, 1, I have not harassed his family for 10 years, and 2, he's uttered death threats and conspired to have me murdered.
And when you answer nothing, that's the end of the court case right there. Bam, down goes the gavel. That's the end of it. You know, because Annabelle P just recently was in a hangout with Secular Opinion and Godless and Police Customs. And of course they pulled me in there. And Annabelle P's like, what charges? What charges? What charges? How about harassment, dummy? I mean, harassment's against the law in the UK too, you know. Okay, you can't do that stuff. You can't harass somebody for years and years and years. Well, I'm just calling you on your bullshit. Well, you know what? You spin it however you like, whatever makes you sleep at night. But it's still harassment, it's still defamation, and you're still going to jail after I sue the shit out of you, of course.
So I still don't really understand how getting in an argument with Vonhelton on a couple Google Plus Hangouts constitutes harassment. But again, I digress.
Now, obviously, my lawyer will probably get the bulk of that, but you know, at least I get some out of it. Because that's usually how it works, right? The lawyers get the money. But anyway, but seriously, you know, you can't do that. You can't build up karma like that for years and years and years and then not expect it to happen. Really? Now, of course, Annabelle P is a flaming atheist. And so she doesn't believe in the supernatural or the spiritual or gods or anything of that nature. Well, how about karma then? You know, how about what goes around, what comes around goes around? How about that? Okay, how about do unto others as you would have them do unto you, Annabelle? You know, because Annabelle, what is my charge? What is my charge? I can show clear videos where you clearly harassed me, mocked, ridiculed me, defamed my character, slandered me, libeled me. I can show that shit in court. Okay, You've got years and years and years of documented history where you have defamed my character. Okay? You're not going to get away from this, Annabelle. You're just not. You know? And same way with the other trolls. You know, they think, oh, I'm made out of Teflon. Ain't nobody going to touch me. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to put that to the test, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We're going to put it to the test. And you guys are going to find out that that my gods are real and that you're going to jail after I sue you. You know, I want to sue you first. Then you're going to jail. See, the idea is that I sue you in civil court, and then you're bound over to a grand jury who will review your case to see if there's any criminal charges to be levied. Then once those criminal charges are levied against you, then you go to criminal court, and then you go to jail. You know, that's how it usually works. Now, whether it works in your particular case, I don't know, nor do I care. Long as I get to sue the dog shit out of you, I'm okay. You know, of course, if you did commit crimes, actual crimes, then yeah, you should go to prison. You know, that's a given. But yeah, this is really happening. You know, because I know the trolls will be like, it ain't really happening. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Keep telling yourself that. Like I said, whatever helps you sleep at night. You know, keep saying that you can get on the internet and just trash somebody's life. I mean, literally trash their lives, and think that you ain't going to get no kind of return on it. Just keep thinking that, okay? Because it doesn't work that way in the real world. You know, and I know there's going to be, why 10 years? Why is it taking so long? There's several reasons why it's taking that long. And most notably, the fact that I couldn't get an attorney. Because every time I'd call an attorney and say I needed help with people on the internet, I'd get hung up on the, you know, they'd hang up on me. Didn't want to take the case. So, you know, but I've got somebody now that's interested in helping me, genuinely helping me. Of course, they're going to make a sizable amount of money out of the deal, but I mean, you know, yeah, whatever works for me. As long as they're supporting me, who cares? They can have 90% of it, as far as I'm concerned, long as I win. As long as I win, I don't give a shit. You know, because it's not just the money, even though I do need an income to live on. That's not it. It's the idea of the smugness that I'm made out of Teflon and I'll never stand in front of a judge. You know, well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. We will see. And of course, this coronavirus shit's putting a crimp in everything. Because we really should have had most of this done by now. But thanks to the coronavirus, it's thrown a monkey wrench in everything. Literally pushed everything.
Yeah, he would have had us all, folks. He would have had us all, folks, if not for this coronavirus. That's what it is this time. It sure has put a crimp into Vonhelton's day. His life has changed so dramatically since the coronavirus.
Back several months. See, some of this shit should have been dealt with back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a blouse.
In February. Because, as you know, the coronavirus thing's been going from January to now, and really messed everything up. But
I'm trying to figure out what kind of shirt it actually is, though. It's like a hodgepodge of a few different styles kind of thrown together, but easily it's a pullover. It's really not a button-up. It's deceptive.
That's where we're at. Okay, that is where we're at. We're going to go forward. And like I said, the kids are going to testify. And when they do, their testimony will be instrumental in going after anyone that has disparaged me, defamed me, accused me of harming my kids. Folks, I used to rescue kids from cults. That's one of the things I used to do. I'm going to rescue other people's kids, but then I'm going to treat mine like shit? Really? You really believe that? Because if you do, I got some swampland on the moon I want to sell you. Real cheap. Okay? I'm not going to help complete strangers' kids and then not help my own. Okay? That's just ridiculous. All right. And really, if you look at all these hate videos out there about me, if I truly was guilty of half of what these fuckers say, I'd be in federal prison. Okay? I'd be in better. I mean, he beat his wife. He's molested his kids. He's killed people. He's on and on and on and on. If I had really done all that shit that they claim, I'd be in federal prison to this very day. Okay, serving several life sentences. Do I look like I'm in federal prison? No. Okay, so obviously there's more to it than that, isn't there? They keep wondering, well, how in the hell does Von keep getting his kids back? He keeps getting his kids back over and over and over again. Could it be that the reason is because I don't break the law? Could that possibly be the reason? Could it be that when we get into court, we're going to find that neglect never occurred because it didn't? What is neglect, Von? Neglect is when a child does not have a roof over their head, clothes on their back, or food in their bellies. That's it. Neglect is not a bug in the hair. Neglect is not a dirty house. Neglect is not dirty clothes.
Well, obviously it is. I mean, you could, by your definition, Vaughn, you could put kids out in one of the barns and let them live. No, they're not being neglected. Chain them up. They can't get in trouble. Like, you can't do that. Sending them to school with fucking, when they stunk, just to recap, they stunk so bad and their clothes were so dirty that the school felt the need for the state to get involved. Let that sink in. Just let that sink in. This is a man that said, yes, neglect is not a crime.
Neglect is not missing days at school. Those things are not neglect.
Well, they are.
Okay? They're not neglect. They might be frowned upon, but they're not neglect. Neglect is when a child does not have a roof over their head, food in their belly, or clothes on their back. Well, my kids have never went without those things. Okay, so when we go to court, what's going to happen? Well, the charge of neglect is going to get thrown out. And let's be clear on that. Okay, it's one thing to be charged. It's another thing to be convicted. Have I been convicted of neglect? No, I've been charged with it. All right. And then when we go to court, the charges will be dropped because neglect didn't occur. A bug in their hair is not neglect, especially when they're getting the bug from other kids.
I'm not sure what you mean, Paulie, to make your links work. Is it not letting you post links in the chat or something? I'm not sure. I'm not on the YouTube side.
Kids. They're not getting a bug from me. And my housekeeper will testify that, yeah, we're keeping the laundry caught up. Everything's took care of. Okay, so the neglect charge is going to be dropped. The kids are going to testify on these people that are going into court and lying.
I'll try in a sec, Paulie, but I'm not over on the YouTube side. I can't do it from here.
Flat out lying about everything. And so it's all gonna come to a head, guys. And there's going to be people that's going to go to jail that didn't think they could go to jail. Well, I work for the government. I ain't going to jail. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Because we definitely going to put that to the test, too. Because you trolls think, oh, well, we got people on our side that'll do shit for us. Yeah, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Or if you did, that it's coming to an end. But we'll see. There's a reason why it's called discovery. It's called discovery because we find shit out. All right. And when we find shit out, what's going to happen? Some people's going to go to jail, aren't they? Yeah, they are. People that should have went to jail a long time ago, in my humble opinion. But anyways, so yeah, that's why I'm dolled up. And that's why I was dolled up in G-Man's and Brett Keen's live shows last night. And big times are coming. Big changes are coming. And you better get ready, because
I realize the comments, guys. It's running real slow. I'm trying to get it back up. This is why I have a computer fund. this is what we deal with. So I'm waiting for the StreamYard to let me screen share again. So just give me a sec here. Give me a sec. No, I shouldn't be muted. All right, there we go. Chrome lost connection for a second there to the StreamYard. So it should be popping up here any second. Yeah. No, I had paused it for a while because I was saying it was the feed wasn't going through, so that's why there was no audio. But just waiting for the magic of the internet here, folks, so it actually shows the screen share. Because as I explained, I'm waiting for the screen share to go up. See how slow this loads? Folks, if you'd like to contribute to the Broadcast Computer Fund. All right. Slowly but surely. My God, this is painful. It actually runs way better on Firefox, but I couldn't get any audio to work. So I'm kind of damned if I do. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyways, here we go.
Sure. Reads off the charges and that. Oh, I'll laugh. I'm like, you will? Yeah, I'll laugh, she said. And I said, well, what if when the judge goes to render his verdict, what do you do? I'll laugh then too. I said, no, I don't think you will. I don't think you will. I got a funny feeling that when you're in that courtroom and the judge pounds that gavel down, you won't be doing any laughing. I got a funny feeling. Call it a hunch. Call it a hunch, but when that judge pounds that gavel down and the authorities drag your happy ass away, I don't think you'll be laughing. Call it a hunch. Because this is a long time coming. It should have happened years ago. And all of that hate that's out there on the internet about me, all of that, slander, libel, defamation, it's all going to be dealt with. It's all going to be dealt with. I mean, they've ruined my life, literally. They've literally ruined my life financially and in the physical realm and all that. Tried to do it in the spiritual realm. Yeah, that ain't working out too good, is it? It ain't working out too good, is it, trolls and haters? No. And the gods are they're just flipping you the bird, man, right in your face. Isn't that great? Because the gods I serve are legit. They're the real deal. They are not fake. And things are going to change massively. Mm-hmm. As quickly as next Thursday, in fact, seems like. At least I hope. Unless there's a major upset, I don't see things. I don't see things going the way of the trolls at all. And all this consistent crap, one of the CPS workers, after my attorney hung up the phone, they waited till he hung up the phone, till he got off the phone, and then one of the CPS workers looks at me from across the table. We get to harass you for 8 more years until your kids turn 18. And I felt like saying, really? We'll see about that. But I kept my mouth shut. But yeah, just, egotistical, defiant. I'm not going to go to jail. I'm not going to get any trouble. Nothing's going to happen to me. Well, we're going to find out. We'll find out. This is going to be very interesting. Because when my kids testify that everyone in that damn courtroom is a flat-out liar, then I expect the bailiff is going to be pretty busy that day. Call it a hunch. Call it a hunch. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. But, everybody was asking, why you dolled up. Well, now you know. And next Thursday I'll be dolled up again because of, going to court and whatnot. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Going to be an interesting next few months. And like I said, the sad part about it is if this corona virus bullshit, pardon me, hadn't happened, I'd already had the locals dealt with, and I'd already be moving on to the internet. So y'all got lucky. Thanks to this coronavirus, y'all got a reprieve, however minor. But it's not going to stop what is inevitable. All right, and that's something else. Let's get this straight, boys and girls. It is inevitable that when you put 10 years of hate out there, you're going to get a whirlwind. You're going to get repaid. Okay? That's just the way it is. You can't sit there and browbeat a family, destroy someone's family, destroy a man's finances, and slander, libel, and defame that person and not expect any kind of recompense. Okay? It doesn't work that way. It does not fucking work that way. You know, and you could sit there and scream, I'm made out of Teflon. I'll never stand in front of a judge. You could keep saying that till you're blue in the face. But what's coming is coming. And that's just the way it is, man. And you can deal with it or not. I really don't care. You know, I'm sure my lawyer will probably get the lion's share of that money. But that's not the point. The point is to prove that you guys cannot win. And it's to prove that you don't have a right to destroy someone's life. That's not a right. That's not something guaranteed to the Constitution, okay? Or the Magna Carta or whatever the hell else is out there. No, it's not. All right. We're just calling him on his bullshit. No. When you accuse me of beating my wife and molesting my children and, you know, God knows what else is out there, that's more than just calling me on my bullshit. All right. By far. So, no, that excuse is not going to fly. And I assure you, slander, libel, and defamation is not free speech or fair use. You can sit there and scream that it is until you're blue in the face, but it is not. Those things are crimes. They might be civil crimes, but they're crimes. And you will stand in front of a judge for those crimes. Sorry about your luck. And when you cannot tell the judge why you did this for 10 years, the judge is going to pound the gavel down and you're going to go away. Hopefully for a very long time. That's just the way it goes. Sorry about your luck. You know, if you're going to do a thing, make damn sure you know what the consequences are before you do it. You know? You really should. You know, I'm hearing through the grapevine that there are other people that are going to be going after the trolls real soon. I'm hearing, whispers through the grapevine that I'm not the only one that is going to be prosecuting trolls and haters here fairly soon. That there are other people that have been saving up their money for that specific purpose. And so it's going to be real interesting. It's going to be real interesting to see what goes down. But I can assure you, anybody out there thinking they're made of Teflon and that they can't be reached and that they'll never stand in front of a judge or they'll never have to give an accounting for the absolute bullshit that they've done for the last 10 years or so, they're in for a rude awakening. Karma's a bitch, as they say. And yes, that was somebody logging into Steam. But karma's a bitch, man. And what goes around comes around. Even atheists have to believe that one, because that's something we can experience every day. It's in your face. All right. Anyways, and I'm going to get out of here. But, people were asking me, why you
Okay, I had to actually shut my browser down that time and reboot. So we're one last kick at the can. One last kick, because you guys are so damn patient and waited. God damn it. We're at the end. We're over the ridge. I can see it. We're so close, folks. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's get this back up. Seems to be running okay now, though. I closed the browser and rebooted it. Look at that, like a dream. Do you see how quick that's loading up? Like a dream, folks. Okay, here we go. We should be okay now.
And there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it because it's ordained of the gods. Okay? And it doesn't matter how many times you invoke a demon or how many times you slit your wrists or how many times you, use spells, incantations, sigils, whatever. It's all going to bounce off of me and back to you. Okay? It just is. And you clearly, you can see that the finance thing isn't working out for you. I hit that sumbitch again. I wish I could hit it for the millions. I'm ready to win the millions, man. I'm ready, because I keep asking, okay, well, win, but I mean, it's coming. It's coming. This is types and shadows, foreshadowing of what's to come. Let me read it again for those of you that may not have caught my monologue. Congratulations, you have won a Mega Million prize for the 2020-522 drawing. Your prize of blank will be deposited to your blank on 2020-523. Please log into your blank to view your winning transactions. Way to go. All right, so that was an email from Kentucky Lottery. All right. So apparently your curses on my finances is backfiring as we speak. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because like I said, what is ordained of the gods is not going to be stopped. Okay, it's just not. You are not going to stop what is ordained of the gods. Period. End of story. And like I said, now that we've found these Gnostic writings, which totally destroy monotheism. I mean, they destroy it. It goes back to what I said. Everything I said, everything I promised you, everything I've told you will come to pass. Because they impart it to me, and then I give it to you. That's how it works. And that's exactly how it's going to continue working. Because obviously they have more things. Isn't it interesting that if you take the word Helton and you break it down into its subparts, hell and tone. Hell in German being bright, and tone in German being a loud sound. And then the von, of course, is from. Okay, so then you put them together, it would be from a bright sound. Okay, well, what is a bright sound? A bright sound would be a herald. A herald, H-E-A-R-L-D, herald. And a herald would be a message, an urgent message, a message of great importance, something that you might get from an angel, although clearly I'm not an angel. But it would be something along those lines. And so I am a messenger. I am a mouthpiece of the gods, if you will. And they impart something to me, and then I tell you, and then whoop, it comes to pass. Amazing how that works, isn't it? And so my very last name even describes what the gods intend. From a bright sound, you will herald, you will tell the people the things that we say. And that's what I've been doing. And when I do that, it comes to pass.
Or big winds blow in empty caves.
Take a while. You know, I'll give you that. You know, Vonhelton, you said that years and years ago, and then nothing ever happened, and now all of a sudden it's happening. They have their timing. Their timing is not our timing. Okay? They have their ways, and I'm okay with that. As long as here's the thing. When the dust settles and I'm still standing on top of the mound of whatever it is, as long as the dust settles and I'm still standing, I'm okay. It's like the Elton John song, I'm still standing.
See, that's actually a very important tell right there. This has gone on in his mind for so long. He doesn't even know what he's fighting about anymore. He doesn't even know at the end, like, what is the end? What has he won? Like, imagine if we lived in this bizarro reality that he thinks is true, where he gets all this money and then spends it all going after these trolls, and like at the end, what is he winning? What is, you know, it's a fucking madman's folly.
Yeah. You know, as long as I'm still standing when the dust settles, man, I'm okay. It doesn't matter to me how it's done or who does it even, as long as it gets done. You know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, only people that have a problem are sticking in the muds. People that are unwilling to bend. You know, Bruce Lee even addressed this, ironically. Bruce Lee says when you become a reed in the thicket, then you will understand. Well, what is a reed? A reed is not stiff. A reed bends in the wind so that the wind can't break it. The wind comes along, if it's a strong wind, it comes along and it breaks those reeds that are stiff. It literally breaks them off. But if you're a young, supple reed, you bend in the wind. No matter what comes, you just bend out of the way. You just dodge out of the way. You know, and nothing can touch you. And that's exactly what's happening now. That's exactly what's going to happen. And those of you that have thought you were untouchable is in for a surprise. Because you are touchable. You are touchable. Go all the way back to Sam Elliott for that one.
Am I the only one creeped out at Vonhelton telling me I'm touchable? Golly.
You'll get it. You'll get it. There's a movie called The Untouchables. You might want to watch it. Anyways, but I'm going to get out of here. I've ratchet jawed enough. But, you know, people were asking, you know, why you dolled up. Well, now you know. And, and like I said, my kids' testimony is going to pretty much do away with the comments that are being said out there. Hi, Tiffany Moser. Hi, Mrs. Anonymous Dick. What's your name these days? Baby Jane or something? Yeah, Mrs. Anonymous Dick, that falsely accused me of pedophilia and shit like that. Yeah, that's all kind of come to a head. There's a jail.
It's not a false accusation when you were caught red-handed soliciting nudes from who you thought was like a 15-year-old dude of her when she was 13. That's exactly what played out. It's not framing you.
So waiting for you, ma'am. Falsely accusing me of harming underage girls. Yeah, you're going to jail for that shit. Because courts don't fuck around with stuff like that. Okay? You charge someone with harming a young child, that's a serious charge. And you better have some goddamn proof. And when I show the judge...
Show the judge the Kelly videos? The chat log?
Where Blog TV totally exonerated me.
They didn't exonerate you, dude. They dismissed a troll video that someone with good intentions, but didn't think it through, sent them a troll video, and they watched 5 seconds of it and like, this is a troll video. That's all they did. You were never cleared by Blog TV. Everybody in your little YouTube world saw exactly what went down, and that was your downfall. End of story.
From what you and your husband tried to do. That'll be the end of that. And then you and your husband will go to prison. Okay? When it comes to shit like pedophilia, courts don't fuck around. Okay? And you tried to say that I was enticing young girls to come to my home. The court's not going to play around with you. They're going to fucking throw the book at you. All right? They don't play around with that shit. All right? You don't get on there and try to entrap me in a lie and try to say that I'm luring young girls to their death and shit. What in the fuck? Where? See,
Notice how he's spinning this so out of like to the peripheral of what the core of what he's talking about, right? Again, it's video and chat logs of you talking to someone who you think is a minor, trying to get them to move into your trailer, and willing to accept nude pictures of them when they're 13. And you're trying to say the people that exposed you for doing that should go to jail. Just so we're all on the same page here.
and that's another thing. Where the fuck did you pull that out of? Did you pull that out of your ass? Because, I mean...
No, from the conversation that you had with them when you thought they were a 15-year-old girl.
That's some sick, twisted shit. You either got it out of a horror movie or you got it out of your own sick, twisted mind, one or the other. But it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that the courts ain't going to fuck around about that. All right? You accuse me of luring young women to my home to meet their end, to literally die. Okay? The courts are not going to be too happy with you. All right? They're going to throw the book at you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And you can scream statute of limitations to your blue in the face. That's not going to help you. Because obviously the harassment and defamation being applied to me is still ongoing. Okay, so you can sit there and scream defamation all you want. It isn't going to help you. Because this shit's still going on. I'm still being harassed. I'm still being defamed. I'm still being slandered. I'm still being libeled. The shit is still ongoing, okay? And any information that you put out on the internet is still ongoing. There's still going to be those occasional people that run across that information and try to believe it because they think you guys are credible in some way, which you're clearly not. And so, yeah, you're going to go to jail for it because the courts are not going to fuck around with you. They're just not. You can get on the internet and say that I'm molesting children and I'm luring young kids to their death.
Correction. We have no knowledge if he actually has a victim to molest. We're just saying he was more than willing to put himself in that situation. Just wanted to be clear on that.
The courts are not going to be laughing. They're going to be taking that shit serious. All right? And when you stand in front of that judge, you better have some fucking proof. Because I've got Blog TV's own statements saying that that shit never happened. It never fucking happened.
Except for we have your actual conversation where it did happen. It absolutely happened. And if Blog TV was actually ever dragged into this fantasy it like, a minute ago. I don't even know you guys hear me. Oh, we're so close. We're right at the end of, we're at the end of this shit stick. And I don't know. I'm debating. Is it worth it? Try to play it to the end. Are we really going to miss anything? It's getting kind of frustrating. Let's, I don't know if I can get this back up. I'll try one more time. I'll try. For you guys, I'm trying. We got contact. All right. Here we go.
Get them by the FBI. It doesn't matter. But we will get them. But yeah, you just can't sit there and do that shit, man. You can't sit there and say that I'm luring young people down here to be killed. Okay, you can't fucking say shit like that and think that the courts are going to laugh. Because I assure you that judge will not laugh. They will not think it's one bit funny. Okay? And for those of you that don't know, I'm talking about the now infamous Kelly video that they made. Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous Dick, a man and a woman, a husband and wife, decided that they were going to try to entrap me and accuse me of pedophilia and accuse me of murder. So they came up with this online persona by the name of Kelly. And when I first met this Kelly person, they claimed they were 31 years old. But as the conversation kept going, her age kept getting younger and younger and younger and younger. And I'm like, obviously, this is a setup of some.
Well, obviously not, because you kept going for it, and that's why they kept pushing the age. And listen, I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I was around back then. I know exactly what went down. And they kept pushing the age younger. It was over 4 conversations, I believe. And the last one that everyone knows, Vaughn, it's obvious from the text. He believes it's a 15-year-old he's talking to at the end. So, Vaughn, it doesn't matter if they started out. I'm not going to argue and quibble that what age they actually started at. They could have said 78 when they started. The point is, at the end, you thought it was a 15-year-old girl. That's just the facts.
Kind, but I'm going to play along and see where this leads. And
so I'm going to pretend to be a pedo. Yeah, it was 21. Or something like that. Yeah, he never accused him of murder. He's just, fuck. You know where he's getting the murder shit from, right? I don't have to name that person that was whispering that in their ear. It's like saying Candyman in the mirror 3 times. I don't want them to show up.
Finally, when they found out that 16 was legal in the state of Kentucky, then they went 15, because at first
because they were baiting you and you went for it because you're a dirty old friggin' online sexual predator.
Stopped at 17 because they thought 17 was illegal in the state of Kentucky. No, it was 16. So they had to drop down to 15 years old. Then when they dropped down to 15 years old, and then it was pretty obvious, at that point, that it was a setup. Blog TV said so. Like I said,
it was so obvious to him that he was asking for the pics.
Blog TV has a testimony out there that totally exonerates me. But, it's the idea that a husband and wife would plot to destroy someone they don't even know. I didn't even know these people. I do not know these.
They did not plot to destroy your life. They were like, this guy's got a pedo vibe just radiating off him. I bet if we push the age that he'll go for it. He did. Didn't Weezer do a song about this? You do it to yourself.
People. I've never done anything to these people. And that's something else that the judge and the lawyers are going to bring up. They're going to say, okay, well, what did Mr. Vonhelton, what was the heinous thing that Mr. Vonhelton did to you to cause you to do these things? And they're not going to have an answer. They're just not. Because I haven't done shit to anyone. I haven't done anything to anyone. And so they're going to go to jail. Yes, they are. Because when we see their own damn video where they're claiming that I'm luring people to my house to kill them, they're going to go to prison. For real. You can't get on the internet and accuse me of murder, dumb fucks. You can't do that. Not without proof. You got to prove that I really am killing people. And there is no, it's like this one dunderhead called CPS. Called CPS, said, yeah, Vonhelton's got his kids locked in the cellar. You need to go out to his house and get the kids. Well, there's a problem. The problem is I ain't got no damn cellar. I ain't got a cellar.
You idiots, I lock them in the room for hours at a time, not in the cellar. Morons.
You know? But yeah, you can't sit there and get on the internet and saying I'm luring young underage girls to their death. And since we're talking about young underage girls lured to their death, looks to me like Andrea is still very much alive. How do you explain that, Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous Dick? How do you explain that? Andrea is still alive.
She escaped.
Here we are 10 years later, 15 years later, excuse me. Andrea is still alive. How do you explain that, guys? I mean, wasn't I supposed to
Oh, this is driving me crazy, but we're at the end. We can't stop now. We can't stop now, folks. Anyways, I was babbling. It doesn't matter. We're talking about people who don't matter. Anyways, let's finish this up.
wasn't that the claim? You know, Kenny KPZ's now infamous video, Dear Vonhelton and Andrea. Oh, Andrea, you got to get that kid and you got to get out of there right away. Vonhelton's going to kill you. He's going to kill you, Andrea. He's going to kill you. You got to get out of there right away. And here we are 15 years later. Andrea's still alive. The kids are still alive. Kids are getting straight A's when CPS doesn't harass them. Isn't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? When CPS isn't yanking my kids out of class for stupid shit, like a bug in their head, my kids get straight A's. Them awards you see back there, see that blue award back there and that gold award back there and all that you can't see.
Yeah, listen, I'm not trying to knock anybody for bragging up and being proud of their kids and stuff, but let's be honest, folks. These awards that he's pointing at, this is like, what are they learning at those ages? They're like, you know, there's Jerry's award for tying his own shoe. There's, you know, Leela's award from 4 years ago when she, you know, learned how to color inside the lines. Like, you know, congratulations. I think I don't.
The rest of them because they're up high. But, yeah, them awards back there for my kids, man. My kids win awards. My kids are brilliant. You know, tip off the old block, man. But yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the judge does to these fuckers. Sitting there accusing me of luring people to their death, you know. I can't wait. Because I assure you the judge isn't going to think it's one damn bit funny. I don't think the judge is going to think it's one damn bit funny. You know, saying that I'm luring young people down here to die. What the hell, man? And me busting my ass saving people's kids from cults and whacked out groups and shit.
Mm-hmm.
At the risk of getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to save strange kids that are in cults, but I'm not going to save my own, or I'm not going to save somebody else's kids. And let's be clear, how did this whole thing get started? It got started because they told me that they were in danger and that they needed help. That's going to come out too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what I do. When people are in danger, I save them. That's what I do. And they knew that, and that's what they done. That's why they started it off like, I'm in danger, I need help. You got to help me. And I'm like, okay, great. Come down here to Kentucky. I'll get you in touch with the proper authorities. You can crash at my place, so you can get a place of your own, et cetera, et cetera.
Especially if you're 15.
Of course, they twist that into a pretzel and try to make it out like I'm some kind of fucking pedophile or deviant, which is what they are. It's called projection.
Yeah, you can come stay at his trailer, right? As long as you're petite, 20-something, well, maybe a little younger, till you can get, guardianship. Bisexual, pagan, interested in him.
So when you put what you are onto someone else, it's called projection. Okay? Yeah, these people are sick fucks, they're deviants, and they tried to put their deviancy onto me, and I can't wait until I get these fuckers in court, because Blog TV totally exonerated me of that. All right? They said, we know you're setting this guy up. There is no talk about underage shit. There's no talk about nude pictures, because that's the one thing they keep going on. Nude pictures.
Well, there blatantly is talk about nude pictures. That was the whole point.
Nude pictures. But in the original unedited conversation, there was no mention of nude pictures.
Then provide them, Vaughn. You've had years, you've had like a decade to provide these mythical logs. You remember when his hard drive kind of mysteriously went? I still got that little sit down that he and Monograph had on Blog TV, and he promised, I don't know, it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, he promised by the end of the week he was going to provide those original, unedited, unabridged chat logs. And then his hard drive mysteriously shit the bed, and he had to get a new one. I wonder how many hard drives are at the bottom of Lake Alice. I'm just wondering.
They added that in later into the video. See? And Blog TV said so. Said there was nothing, said they saw nothing there that was dangerous or criminal or anything of that nature. And Blog TV doesn't even like me. That's the thing. So, I mean, they're screwed. They're screwed. Because they ain't going to even be able to say that Blog TV was, a confidant of mine or something. They can't say that. Blog TV hated my guts. They did. They hated me, man, because I'm a conservative, and they're both face liberals. And so they didn't like me at all. So they can't even say that. So they're screwed, blued, and tattooed. There's nothing they've got. And the judge is going to say, wait a minute, you're saying that this man was luring young people to his cabin or home or whatever to their death. And they're going to say, yes, Your Honor. And the judge is going to pound the gavel down. He's going to say, take them away, bailiff. That's exactly what the judge is going to say. Sick, twisted people, man. And y'all are going to pay. Y'all are going to pay dearly. Because the judges ain't going to play with you, man. You accuse somebody of killing someone or luring someone to their death, the judges ain't going to be laughing about that shit. They're going to take that shit seriously. All right? And that's exactly what you did, Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous Dick, a.k.a. Baby Jane. You accused me of luring young children, or young girls at least, to my home where I would rape and kill them. Okay? Well, the judge is not going to be laughing. The judge is not going to be laughing about that. You're going to go to prison. For real. And you're not going to like it. I'm sure. I'm sure you will not like it. Okay? And this Kelly video bullshit's been going on for how many years now, folks? At least a good 5 or 6 years. Ain't that right, secular opinion? Secular opinion was one that spearheaded this shit, by the way. And I can get good old Ernie Chrysler on this Kelly bullshit right along with the
I had to kill it, folks. He was releasing my secret. Sorry, I hit that by accident. But yeah, we'll let him have pout here. Yes, I'm the mastermind behind everything.
Anonymous Dick.
There we go.
AKA Baby Jane.
Let's let it play from there.
You accuse me of luring young children, or young girls at least, to my home where I would rape and kill them. Okay? Well, the judge is not going to be laughing.
Yeah, that was never part of the Kelly thing ever. Yeah, the only luring going on was you trying to, just how you got Mouse there was your MO. You're your own worst enemy. You were fucking using fear mongering to someone who you thought was, impressionable. It's the same thing when we did Team Firecrotch, me and my ex. It was the same thing with Kelly 2.0. It was the same thing with, like, you fell for it over and over and over again because people know you are a deviant. You're a sexual deviant. And that's how you play pedos. I'm just saying. Yeah, and I spearheaded everything. I've been trolling this guy since 1978, folks.
The judge is not going to be laughing about that. You're going to go to prison. For real. And you're not going to like it. I'm sure. I'm sure you will not like it. Okay? And this Kelly video bullshit's been going on for how many years now, folks? At least a good 5 or 6 years. Ain't that right, Secular Opinion? Secular Opinion was one that spearheaded this shit, by the way. And I can get good old Ernie Chrysler on this Kelly bullshit right along with the Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous Dick. That right, Secular?
He must have some pretty good evidence to make these claims, I'm telling you. Ugh. I actually want to go to court just to see what evidence he's got.
I can get you on the Kelly bullshit. And I'm pretty sure Canada has stiff penalties for people that are saying I'm going to run around killing young kids.
Well, I do have evidence that you conspired to have me murdered. You tried to get a mafia hit put out on me.
Shit.
I know they're pretty stiff about that stuff.
I'm pretty sure Canada has stiff penalties for that shit, right? Yeah. Yeah, they do. So it's going to be interesting these next few months, maybe a year or two. Because I don't know how long this is going to take. I got no idea. But I guarantee you, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, I'm going to be the only one standing. I assure you. I assure you of that. I will be the only one standing. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Bye.
And that's it, folks. We made it to the end. Woo. So what did we learn from this? What was new in this video? What new input did Vaughn put out there? That one day, someday, in his fantasy world, he's going to get everybody that's ever hurt his feelings. And the one that spearheaded everything was that evil Secular Opinion up in Canada. We're back. We've come full circle. I was getting worried there. I was almost a little jealous. He was starting to blame other people for all the things that were wrong in his life. But it comes back. I guess I'm the head of the snake, the head of the Hydra. Oh, goodness. Well, folks, I do appreciate you sticking it out tonight. I know we had our technical difficulties. We'll get through it. We're almost there. And I want to thank people that contributed and helped and all that kind of stuff. We're going to pull the trigger here soon on that. So that aside, though, like I said, I'll keep you posted what we're going to do. I think I'm going to do the Weirdo Wonderland as a premiere for right now on the Secular Opinion channel Wednesday nights. I'll get it together, and then we can do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And then I'll do some Dragon Dens over here where we can, if anybody wants to come in, they're more than welcome to come in. And we'll just sit around and shoot the shit. And maybe we can get some guests from the old guard. Maybe we can get some old school people to kind of take a look at some of this stuff, and be interesting to go through the vault and play some old hangouts and stuff with the people that were there. And we'll see what we can do. But I won't push my luck. It's been running here not too bad for the last 10 minutes. So, so stay posted, keep alert, keep your ear to the ground. And until next time, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.